for the fans, welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Week 10 of the Simulation Football League season continues with a crucial Texas tussle. It's a matchup of two 4-5 teams from the Lone Star State, and both need wins to keep their postseason dreams intact. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Medal of Honor Field in Denton, Texas. Alongside producer extraordinaire Cameron Irvine, our statistician Greg Soto, and my partner Gerald Giudice, I'm Tim Hackett. You're watching the Simulation Football League on For the Fans. Happy to have you with us. And Gerald, with only 2 games left in this regular season after this one, this is a massive tilt for these two Texas teams.
Definitely. They're both 4-5, needing a win to give themselves a chance at the playoffs. For Houston, their big 3 keys to winning are stop making the turnovers. They're -6 turnover differential. They need to exploit the passing defense of Lone Star, 15th in the league. And they have the big playmaker in DR Sim for Lone Star. They have got to make more turnovers for their defense. They're only second fewest in the SFL. And of course, with Lone Star, when the offense goes, it goes through Ike McBride. And then they must protect their ace. Ace Fennec is sacked 23 times. Those are my keys to the game, and it's a big tilt, as you said before.
4-5 Houston against 4-5 Lone Star. The Hyenas make the trek about 4 hours to the northwest to outside of the Dallas-Fort Worth area to Denton, Texas. Medal of Honor Field, yet another matchup between these two longtime Texas rivals. Houston has bossed the all-time series. They've won every game since Lone Star was incorporated ahead of season 15, but they've never played here. The Hyenas' first ever trip to Medal of Honor Field, and the Glory at home will get the ball first. They're wearing the all blues. Houston with the white tops and black bottoms. We are underway from Denton. A massive matchup between these two teams. And as you can see at the top of your screen, a complete toss-up as Deuce Fennec gets out to near the 30-yard line, and that is where Lone Star will take over. It's been an up-and-down year for Lone Star, Gerald, so far. They're coming off of a 44-21 loss at Arizona last week, but that was their worst loss of the season. That's coming after back-to-back wins at Fort Worth and versus the LA Lycans. Big-time upset win for the Glory in that one, a game that I know that you know very well. And so Lone Star trying to get back up on the right track and pick up a win over their in-state rivals to move to 5-5. First carry of the game for Ike McBride, one of your keys to success, Gerald. She has nothing doing on the play. Stopped at the line of scrimmage by Chris Joseph.
Yeah, Chris Joseph coming into this game has a pretty decent amount of tackles for this defense, but boy, stopping Ike McBride early is key.
One of the best tailbacks in the SFL, had a little bit of a slow start, but has picked it up recently. The same can be said for a lot of the members of this Lone Star offense, which has been explosive in the past. Here goes McBride again. Nothing doing for Ike McBride. Another stop at the line of scrimmage. Marco Swift was there, as well as Brody Gulch, former first-round pick, now in his 3rd season in the SFL. He has more than lived up to those expectations.
Yeah, Brody Gulch coming in second in the SFL in tackles with 99, make it 100. Now tied with Jay Mart, who's also had 100, and Albert Begin also on this defensive line has 96.
Early third down opportunity for Lone Star. Ace Fennec, his first pass attempt. He hits Dave Axis for a gain of 7, but they needed 10 on third down and an early third down stand for the Hyenas.
Great 3-and-out for this defense. Really pinning Houston and really focusing on Ike McBride. Great stop and great defensive series for the Hyenas.
Lone Star has been about bang average on offense through 9 games, 15th in points and 13th in yards in a 24-team league, but they have not been very good on third down. 46% conversion rate at a 6th worst, and they are 0 for 1 so far today. So the punt away from William Zuderfeld, and the return for Greg Corky, who makes his return back to this Houston team after a couple of years away, now his 7th season in the SFL. And Houston will get the ball to start their first possession after a 3-and-out. And our first look today at Dave Burr, the rookie quarterback for Houston. It has been a strange season for the Hyenas. Coaching changes, big offseason expectations, a lot of roster turnover, a lot of rookies. And through all that, here is one of the constants. Warren Murray, one of the best tailbacks in the SFL lately, picks up 4 through the air. And right on cue, Gerald, there's something you mentioned. Jay Martz, the SFL's leading tackler with exactly 100 through 9 weeks, picks up 1 to start off play today.
Just seems to have a nose for the football. He has his whole career. So great start here for the Houston, for the Lone Star defense.
Mart made the All-Star game as a rookie last season with the Jacksonville Kings. Doesn't happen often. Burr will throw over the middle, and a nice catch over the middle for Kyle Finnemore, the second-year wide receiver. Stopped right of the first down line by number 59, Daniel Daly, one of the backup linebackers for the Lone Star on defense, and an early third down for Houston.
Third and short coming up. Houston's 50% on third down conversions for the season.
A little bit better than Lone Star, as we said, in middle of the league. Here's a handoff to the new fullback, Justin Williams. Just joined the team last week, Gerald. And you know Damon Simeon, who runs this Houston team, he loves his fullbacks. He usually has one, did not have one at the beginning of this season. Justin Williams got so involved into the offense, 7 touches in his debut for the Hyenas last week in their win at Fort Worth. And he's got a first down carry on Houston's first possession today from the 45. More on Williams as we go. 2 tight ends and 2 in the backfield. Burr will throw. That's caught by Stephen Walker. There are 2 standout tight ends on this Houston offense. Walker is one of them. Gain of just 1.
They couldn't get his feet underneath him to turn upfield as that ball was just thrown out of the reach of the defender. Brings up a second 9 just on their side of midfield.
We hinted at a lot of the turnover that has existed for Houston. I don't mean interceptions. I just mean roster turnover in the offseason and now during the season with the coaching staff, with the players. Quarterback Nana Leahy leaves, enter fullback Justin Williams. Here goes Warren Murray, who has had kind of a slow season but is one of the best in the league in recent history. Jukin Rukin makes the stop and a gain of 4.
Yeah, Warren Murray, over 10,000 yards for his career, 79 rushing touchdowns, knows how to get the ball in the end zone. Like you said, slow start. 727 yards through the first 9 games of the season. So he's looking to try to pick it up here.
That is only 16th best in the SFL. He's 10th in carries, an average of less than 4 yards per tote. On the midfield line, another third down for Houston. Burr throws, top of the screen. That's caught by Greg Corky, and another first down for Houston, showing the glory how to convert on third down so far, Gerald.
Yeah, Mickey McGuire on the stop of back-to-back third down conversions on this drive. This one a little bit further than their first one, but either way, it's at the Lone Star 44. They keep the chains and the clock moving.
Let's introduce you to the Houston offense as we go along. The rookie quarterback, Dave Burr, in his first SFL season, was one of the final picks in the SFL draft. He's been really solid. Murray has nowhere to go. Hit right at the line of scrimmage once again by Jay Martz, who continues his stellar sophomore season. The rest of the Houston offense, you've met the tailback Warren Murray, fullback Justin Williams, 3 standout wideouts, Kyle Finnemore, Greg Corky, and DR Sim, who we have yet to see in this game but expect a lot of him, and 2 standout tight ends, Randy Pierce and Stephen Walker. Sonny J does the kicking for Damon Simeon and company. Second down from the 44. Both tight ends are out there. Burr steps up, unleashes one. What a catch! There's Stephen Walker, makes his second catch of this drive. He had just 7 catches coming into action today. That was a highlight reel one, good for about 6.
That gets them a 3rd and 4. A nice one-handed grab there. 3rd and 4, they 2 for 2 on third down conversions so far in this game. Let's see if they can make it 3 for 3.
Here's Nate Hall on the Lone Star defense, one of Gerald Giudicessi's former teammates in Vancouver. He's had a killer season this year. 3rd and 4 for Burr, looking this way to the sideline, and it's caught. There's DR Sim, the best wide receiver in SFL history. His first target, his first catch, another third down conversion for Houston.
Yeah, DR Sim coming into this game, as you said, all-time leader in catches, 1,013, over 16,000 yards in receptions and 113 touchdowns. DR Sim, one of the SFL greats at the wide receiver position.
I'll admit, Jared, I thought he was slowing down over the last couple of seasons, not this year. Burr hit as he throws, is able to get it out to Justin Williams. I don't know that they'll count that as a catch, but he's already been incorporated in this offense. I think they'll say he was out of bounds there as the clock stops, but either way, Burr got absolutely plastered on that one.
that one of 8 rookies on this team, like you said about the turnover, and a lot of it's been on defense. Probably why they're struggling here at 4-5.
Houston defense has had its share of struggles this year, but their numbers are overall pretty good as Burr tosses out. Here's Murray out of the backfield and a gain of just a couple. This is kind of a surprise. Murray only had 51 catches through 9 weeks as opposed to 188 carries, so they don't really use him as a pass catcher very much. They have in the past, but not this year. He's already made a couple of catches on this first Houston drive.
Yeah, second to DR Sim in catches. DR Sim led the team coming in with 58. It's going to bring up a big time. A 3rd and 7, the longest third down of the game so far.
The 12th play of this opening drive for Houston. Burr is 10 of his first 10. Over the middle, another completion for Burr, another first down conversion. What a drive this is to start, and that's Randy Pierce on the catch.
One of those 2 vaunted tight ends, as you said, Dave Burr, looking like a veteran right here on this first drive. Tackle there just short of the goal line by Evan Lacey, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal at the 1 for Houston to maybe score first blood.
Randy Pierce had only 1 catch last week, and it went for -4 yards. 1st and goal from the 1. They give to Williams, the new member of this Houston offense, and in his 2nd week in the SFL, Justin Williams has gone from couch to end zone. Houston has capped off an impressive first drive with 6.
What a good job. First touchdown for that rookie. The Week 9 signee gets to the red, white, and blue end zone of Lone Star. And just like that, Houston takes a 6-0 lead. What a great drive.
Sorry, Gerald, excuse me. It was a fantastic drive. 13 plays, 70 yards, everybody getting involved. We like to introduce you to all the personnel here in the SFL, but DeMond Simeon and company did it for us because every single featured member of this Houston offense, as Jay hits the extra point, everybody got involved in one way or another on that drive. It was crazy.
It was either a target or a run. It was just great play calling there by DR Sim, just keeping Lone Star off balance. Like I said, a 13-play, 70-yard drive. Well done by Houston to take the lead.
An absolutely essential game for both of these two Texas teams. They're both at 4-5. A loss may not really spell the end of the road, the playoff road for these two teams, but it would be a very difficult hill to overcome, as we'll talk about, with such a glut of teams in that mix. There are a bunch of 5-5 teams already. The team that wins this game obviously will join them in the mix. Las Vegas could join that party later on today if they beat Denver later on tonight, or in the second game this afternoon, I should say. And it's just going to be an absolute cluster of really solid teams right in the thick of this playoff race with only 2 regular season weeks to go. Anything can happen, but for the loser of this game, it will be a tough hill to climb as McBride gets the give again. She has nowhere to go, runs right into Brody Gulch yet again.
Brody Gulch seems to be keying up on Ike McBride. And going back to your 5-5 teams, St. Louis won today with a big upset over Vancouver, so they're now 5-5. And Charleston and Louisiana both backed in with losses yesterday to 5-5, so we could be looking at 5, possibly 6 teams at 5-5 going into week 11.
We know 6-6 is likely good enough to get some teams into the postseason. Here goes McBride, breaks through a tackle. Ike McBride with only one person to beat. Zed Markov trying to chase her down. No chance. Ike McBride to the house, and on just 2 plays, Lone Star answers. We like Ike with a huge run.
Wow, great run. Great blocking up front here. Look at that, just a wide open hole. Breaks the tackle of Ethan Kai, and then she is off to the races, and no one is going to catch Ike McBride all the way to the end zone to tie this game. Quick strike by the Glory to get within 1.
74-yard rush for Ike McBride, one of her largest plays of the season. Hi again to Rochelle Colston, who's helping us out on stats, telling us that was about as quick of a response drive as possible for Ike McBride, who is just absolutely setting the tone for not only females in the SFL, but great running backs in the SFL. She has emerged into that category, no question. Again, a slow start for her, but recently she has really picked it up. She's now top 10 in the league in carries and in rushing yards, and that is rushing touchdown number 8. She's top 10 in that metric as well. PAT good from Hugh Purvis, and just like that, Gerald, we're all square.
Yeah, big run, Patrick Bright, getting her ever closer to the magic 1,000-yard mark for the season. But wow, they had a big, methodical 13-play drive. Lone Star's defense don't even get a chance to get a breath on the sidelines before they're back out on the field. But man, what a response for Lone Star. Definitely needed.
And we've seen Lone Star be able to have this big bombastic offense in the last couple of years. This team rebranded from Seattle, became Lone Star ahead of season 15. This pass offense is usually what makes the money, if you will. Ace Fennick with the big bombs to somebody like Greg Soto or Dave Axis. These are two explosive wideouts. Deuce Fennick has had his moments in the passing game as well. But this year it's been a lot of Ike McBride. Ace Fennick has turned in a really solid season, but he's middle of the pack in a lot of metrics. Great quarterback rating, but not a huge thrower this season. Ike McBride has been one of their biggest big play threats, and she shows you why right there with a 74-yard touchdown run. Houston now with a tie game again. Can they whip out another methodical drive? Dave Burr tosses it out, and Warren Murray picks up 4. Evan Lacey with the hit.
Lacey with the second tackle of the day, but I like the way they're using Warren Murray here, getting him wide, letting him try to use his speed to get past these linebackers that are covering him and the free safeties that are just pressing on him right now in the beginning part of this game.
5 total touches for Warren Murray here in the first quarter. Complete toss-up, you would think. We're tied at 7. Here goes Murray with a spin move off left tackle, breaks through the left lane, and gets out to the sideline. Hit out there by number 22, Albert Begin, the new safety for Lone Star, and the best run of the day for Warren Murray, answering Ike McBride right back.
Had some great blocks on the outside. You see spinning around there. DR Sim gets involved there with a little chip block there and comes up with a big first down here. Warren Murray, his best run of the game of 25 yards.
What can't DR Sim do? As you so well said,
yeah.
He adds to the blocking game as well. Usually he's the guy catching all of those touchdowns, but for catching 25-yard gains, this time he helps pave the way. The longtime Houston tailback, Warren Murray. From the 42, they'll check it down. Williams with another touch, and he gets absolutely blown up at the end of it by Bo Martin Jr., one of the corners for Lone Star. No gain.
Great open field tackle there. Just great coverage. There's just seeing the ball going to Williams. I like them getting the ball to Williams a little bit more often here. Great way to, like you said in the first drive, just spread the football all around, all the playmakers getting involved. Really just put Lone Star's defense on its heels.
Already 3 touches for Justin Williams in his second SFL game. Burr floats it up. Pierce hauls it in. Another first down for Houston and a gain of 11 for Randy Pierce.
Randy Pierce seems to be making his presence known in the middle of the field. As you saw on that first drive, took it down to the 1, and Williams took it in for an end zone. So it's a great start for Dave Burr here. Looks like he's got 14-14 right now.
He's been having just an absolutely clinical start. As you say, he's not missed a pass here in the first quarter. He'll put that on the line. A risky throw, and Pierce is there to make the catch. A gain of 15 that time for Randy Pierce. Make it 13, actually, in the third catch of double-digit yards for the second-year tight end.
Great play there. You see him just busting on an inside slant. Ball just got there. Freddie Trammell almost got a hand on that football, but somehow it gets into the hands of the trusty tight end, and it's another first down inside the red zone.
Albert Begin saying in the chat, Freddie Trammell should have had that. To your point, Gerald, but somehow Burr fires it through the hole to keep his day perfect. From inside the 20, behind Williams, and Williams turns around and makes a catch. Justin Williams has had a fantastic start to this game.
Just showing off the rookie Week 9 signee. Joff had a great catch on the hip right there. Bring up like second in about a half a foot for our first down.
You and I got to see Bill Cherry up close and personal earlier this afternoon from different viewpoints, sure, but that's a great fullback. Justin Williams is trying to prove his worth as well. Here goes Murray on 2nd and inches, nothing doing. Juke and Rukin with a TFL and a milestone for him.
Yeah, that's number 100 of his career. Congratulations on that milestone. coming in, he was, I believe, in the top 20. Now just going further, probably 17th now with 100. Congratulations.
One of the best edge rushers in recent SFL history, 6th-year man, Jukin Rukin. 10 on the season now for him. They'll go again to Murray. Better luck this time for Murray. Sprint left side. Lacey makes the stop. Trammell was there to help, and Warren Murray comes through that time. First down.
Left side of the line looks like they're doing really well here in the run game so far for Houston. They're at the 5-yard line as we end the first quarter.
Done with one already from Denton, Texas. Lone Star 7, Houston 7. The Hyenas threatening. This is the SFL on For the Fans. Happy to have you with us on this Sunday afternoon. Tim Hackett and Gerald Giudice here with you live from Medal of Honor Field. Greg Soto, Rochelle Colston, and Cameron Irvine alongside us. First and goal for Houston from the 5-yard line. Split back set. It's Williams again, and Justin Williams has his 2nd touchdown of the day. He just joined this team last week. He already looks like one of the best fullbacks in the league. Houston takes the lead.
Wow. 2 touchdowns on 2 drives for the rookie. Welcome to the SFL. Lone Star has no answer for Williams right now as Houston takes another lead here, 13-7.
So today is September the 26th. Roster transactions are made official midweek in the SFL, and as I recall, that roster transaction was made official on September 15th. So Justin Williams has been part of Damon Simeon's offense for 11 days, counting today. And he already has scored 2 touchdowns, and now he's supplied the entire offense for Houston in their rivalry game against Lone Star as the Hyenas have the lead again. This is unbelievable. You're pinpointing all of these guys on the Houston offense that you think might make an impact. Obviously, DR Sim is first on the list. We haven't even gotten to talk about him so much today. Warren Murray has had his moments in the past. Kyle Finnemore has been pretty good this season. I don't think Justin Williams would have been first on my spot chart, Gerald, but he's been the difference so far in this game.
No, I don't think he was definitely on Lone Star Glory's defensive chart there. As a nice spin move there to get out to the 27-yard line. They got to find a way. I mean, what a way to show off in your rookie season, having 2 touchdowns in your 2nd ever game.
It's just an unbelievable introduction to the SFL, and it just shows you what you can do. We like to say make an impact here in this league, and Justin Williams has certainly made an impact in just his 2nd ever game. So Lone Star having to play from behind once again. Remember, Ike McBride fresh off of that 74-yard touchdown run, but she's had some time to recover. Fennick will float it up, and that's caught. There's that quick strike. Lone Star offense. Fennick to the tight end, Adam Williams.
Williams with the catch on the first down. As we were talking about DR Sim, here's an interesting stat. The whole Lone Star team has 1,098 catches, which is 83 more than DR Sim. But they only have 10,514 yards and 74 touchdowns amongst the whole team for their career, while DR Sim has 113. Just an amazing stat.
A testament to just how dominant DR Sim has been. I'm going to have you read those numbers again as we go along, Gerald, because it's hard to conceptualize, and it's just a statement to how dominant DR Sim has been over his whole career. This is now his 13th SFL season, the league's all-time leading receiver. And even though Lone Star has a handful of really good receivers, including a guy like Greg Soto, who has been very explosive, none of them can match up to what DR Sim has done. After a gain of 1, Fennick will step and fire into traffic. That was risky, going for another big play guy in Dave Axis, but Houston was there to make the play. It's the rookie safety, Josh Rowe.
We got 5 rookie draftees on this ball club. There's a 14th pick in the 2nd round to go along with Frank Stackhouse, who was the first pick in the 3rd round. Zed Markov, who was the 13th pick in the 3rd round. Mike Jones, the 4th pick in the 3rd round. And their 1st-round pick, Sonny J, for the 10th overall pick.
It's just an absolute remaking of a roster this offseason for Damon Simeon, and clearly that work is not done. Fennick throwing top of the screen this time. And that's caught for a gain of about 5, but well short of the sticks is the aforementioned Deuce Fennick. So the ace to Deuce connection strikes nowhere near enough that time, and Lone Star will send on the punt team.
Juderfeld comes on the field as Lone Star could not match the touchdown drive by Houston on their second drive. But Zuderfeld can pin them deeper with the coffin corner punt here with just over 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And just over the midfield line. Zuderveld's punt is short, though, this time, and Houston looks like they may have dodged a bullet, and Corky will start at the 20-yard line. The SFL's 17th postseason gets underway on Next Level Sports and for the fans on Saturday, October 16th and Sunday, October 17th with wild card round matchups. For the newest SFL participants, the SFL's minor league, SFLM, kicks off its 4th season Friday, October 15th. The SFL's YouTube channel is home to all the minor league action at youtube.com/SimulationFL. To get on the field and into the action, visit simulationfl.net to create a player today. Warren Murray has been a part of this league for a long time, but he will watch as Williams gets another carry and a pickup of 5. He's become a feature back.
Yeah, they're giving Murray some rest here, which that might be a good thing coming down the stretch here because you got a couple of really tough games coming up here in weeks 11 and 12 to try to get to the playoffs. But boy, what a pickup for Houston and DRSM.
This is unreal. Now Burr will fire, and that's a nice catch by Kyle Fittimore, his second grab today. First down for Houston. Let's tell you about the Lone Star defense. You've heard from many of them by now. Defensive line, the defensive end, the veteran Jukin Rukin and Yogi Barr. On the interior, Tina Begin and Bobo Caudill. The linebackers, Freddie Trammell and Jay Mart. 5 standouts in the secondary, corners, Bo Martin Jr. and Mickey McGuire. The safeties, Evan Lacey, Albert Begin, and Nate Hall. Got a tough task ahead of them today with this Houston offense, you would think, and Lone Star's in the bottom half defensively in most stats. Murray the carry that time. Check that, it's Williams once again. I'm going to have to be on my toes in this game, Gerald, and he runs right into Bobo Caudill, the former offensive lineman turned D lineman this year.
Yeah, he turned D lineman. Having an absolute fantastic season. Has 1 sack and 3 tackles for loss, transferring over from the offensive line to defensive line, as you mentioned.
Can be a difficult change, but Bobo has done his best with it. Burr bullets it. Another catch. Dave Burr stays perfect. Another catch for Kyle Fittimore, his second of this drive.
Now 18 of 18. Dave Burr is just absolutely playing a perfect game. When you have throws like this one, there's absolutely no one around to have a perfect window and a perfect pocket to throw out of. It's just an easy pitch and catch for Dave Burr right now.
Continues to spread it out. As Gerald said, 18 completions, but he's completely spread it out to about 7 different receivers, which is nuts. From the 48, the 7-point lead for Houston. Murray sidecar to Burr's left. Under pressure, he will float it over the middle, and it's caught. Another first down for Houston. Stephen Walker has another one. He had 7 catches all season through 9 weeks, his 3rd today.
Yeah, Albert Begin and company with the stop right there. And Burr was struggling early part of the season. I mean, if you're saying struggling, completing 68% of your passes, but that's only good for 17 overall. So he's having a good game right now.
That's going to help him raise it, and this will help him raise it even more. Williams again. Are we surprised by this point? Gain of 6 for the newest member of this Houston offense who looks like a league veteran.
He's definitely looking like a league veteran. Just coming up with all these plays. Like you said, only had 7 touches combined coming into this game. Already past that, and is looking really, really good here.
He looks fantastic. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. This is as good as I've seen a fullback look in this league. Here goes Murray trying to bring the spotlight back onto him, and he's stopped just short of the line to gain by Jay Mart. We mentioned he was so good last season with Jacksonville as a rookie, but what's crazy is he only had 78 tackles all last season for the Kings, and he's now up over 100, so he's already set a new career high, though last year he did also have 13 tackles for loss, and this year he's only got 6. 3rd and inches now for Houston. The give to Williams. He telegraphed that one, but it didn't matter. He gets absolutely shoved down by an angry Albert Begin. But Williams, 24 yards on 6 carries in that touchdown. He's unstoppable.
Yeah, 6 carries, 24 yards, 2 touchdowns. Right now having a game, really taking the shine away from the veterans here, Warren Murray and DR Sim.
No doubt about that. In the second week, fullback Williams has really taking the spotlight away, like you said. On the 23, here's Murray out of the backfield. Nowhere to go. Maybe they'll start to look his way less. Jay Mart right on cue says, all right, I need more TFLs. Here you go. One-on-one tackle against a league great.
You just mentioned they only had 13 my first season. 13 my first season, only 6. Make it 7. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11. It was a great open field tackle there on Warren Murray.
Broadcaster feed is going to his helmet, I guess. 4 wides here for Houston from the 24. Burr taken down. Big time for the first sack today for Lone Star, and Jukin Rukin continues to dominate.
That's sack number 60 and a half for Jukin Rukin. And it couldn't have come at a better time for this Lone Star Glory defense. As now we come to 3rd and long. 3rd and 18, the longest 3rd down for Houston so far in this game.
And they have been fantastic at 3rd downs. Perfect, in fact, 6 of 6. Burr has still completed every single one of his passes. Those 2 marks will be put to the test on 3rd and 18. Burr will sling it into traffic, dropped by Finnemore. Hit from behind by Albert Begin. Excellent coverage. First 3rd down failure, first incompletion, and the veteran safety Begin puts an end to that run.
Great defensive stand there. They bent, but they didn't break, as they're coming out now with a possible field goal attempt here by Sonny J.
Right, Sonny J will come on to attempt a field goal, and it's been an imperfect season for the rookie who was Houston's first-round pick, the number 10th overall selection in the SFL draft. Just 11 of 15 on field goals. Was perfect last week. And it's no good. That one from 48, and Jay boots it wide, and Lone Star breathes a sigh of relief. Gerald, it's still a 7-point game.
Miss number 5 on the season for Sonny J, and that is a big-time miss that would have put him up 2 scores. Lone Star definitely dodging the bullet. They're getting the ball at their own 38-yard line with just over 4.5 to go.
Technically within Jay's range. He hit from 49 last week. That one would have been from about 48. He can't pull it off. And like Gerald said, 5th miss of the season. He's operating at nearly 70% hit. That is not very good, even for a rookie. What can Ike McBride do to try to stem the tide and get the ball back in her team's court? Pick up a 5. I don't even think we've introduced you to the Lone Star offense yet. They've barely had the ball in this game, so let's do it now. Fennec, the quarterback, McBride, the tailback. 3 standout wideouts, Dave Axis, Greg Soto, and Deuce Fennec. 2 standout tight ends, Adam Williams and Ziggy Hronik. They have a great fullback of their own, Sudo Nakai, and the offensive line anchored by Rylan Caudill, Bobo's brother. 2nd and 5, Fennec feathers it through and a catch for a first down. Lone Star moves the chains right out to midfield. Dave Axis on the grab.
Axis cutting across the middle there. Like you just absolutely just feathered that ball in there into a tight window. Get there close to midfield.
There's the Houston defense. Defensive line, Chris Joseph, Frank Stackhouse, and Julius Maximus. 3 linebackers, Alex Perez, Zed Markov, and Brody Gulch. 5 standouts in the secondary. We'll tell you about them in a second. From their side of midfield, third-year southpaw Fennec has all day into traffic, and Axis rips it away from a defensive back. How did he do that? I thought that was picked for sure. Instead, it's a first down for the Glory.
Basically became a defender right there and took the ball away. It definitely looked like a short interception away from Mike Jones, and turns upfield and gets the first down. Great individual effort there by Dave Axis.
88 versus 33, and the Devo wins that battle. Here is the secondary. Mike Jones is one of the rookies like Gerald hinted at. Josh Rowe, his fellow rookie as a safety. Brady Clark, the veteran, joins that group. And the corners, Marco Swift and Ethan Kai, a former SFL safety. From the 36, here goes McBride into traffic, and she's ripped down from behind by Brody Gulch, who is trying to keep pace with Jay Mart among the SFL tackling leaderboards. And what a fantastic career he's already off to. And Damon Simeon, I saw him in the chat earlier saying Brody Gulch is an excellent outside linebacker. We know he's a little bit biased. It's his guy, but I think he's 100% right because he's a fantastic player, just his 3rd year. Fennec under center. 2 tight ends and 2 tailbacks from the 30s. We tick under 3 minutes to go. Late handoff, McBride with a penalty flag down, and a great tackle by the veteran safety, Brady Clark, but McBride still is able to pick up 15 if the flag doesn't come back to bite Lone Star. Our first look at Ref 62.
And it's a hold against the tackle. I believe that was Herman Kuchneister. Getting picked up for the hold, and it's going to negate a big run by Ike McBride.
Point for you, Gerald. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to pull off the pronunciation of that name, but you did very well. Very good.
With a last name like Giudice, I kind of have practice on that.
I was going to let you make that joke yourself. So Kuchneister, yes, called for the holding. And now McBride trying to answer right back. Decent bounce back, a gain of 6, but a 15-yard gain was eliminated due to the hold, and that makes this third down a little bit more manageable, but this has been a difficult situation for Lone Star. And Gerald, like we saw earlier in this afternoon on For the Fans, this is outside of field goal range for Hugh Purvis from 50 yards. 2 minutes left in the first half. Lone Star trailing by 7 at home. SFL presented by APM Music. For the Fans on Twitch, happy to have you with us. Tim Hackett, Gerald Giudice, Rochelle Colson, Greg Soto, and Cameron Irvine on hand for this one. Lone Star needs some yards to even think about going for a field goal here, you would think, and they need 8 to move the sticks. 3 wides and 2 in the backfield. Fennick has all day, but only 2 targets into traffic and dropped by Perez, the middle linebacker. Could have been a pick. Either way, 4th down.
At Perez, 4th-season vet, 6'5", 245. You got to bring that one in, young man. That was right in the breadbasket. Just a hard, one of the worst passes for Ace Fennick so far in the game. But he's got to bring up the punting unit, as you said, just out of the range of Hugh Purvis.
I think 50 yards is fringe field goal range for most kickers in this league, but it's out of the range for the non-star kicker, Hugh Purvis. And so Zuderveld will try to play a field position game. Corky trying to get the return. Not a lot there. It's a net of, 19 on that punt for Lone Star. So, I mean, what do you think, Gerald? A success on that for Lone Star, or does Houston luck out on there?
I think Houston lucked out. I mean, if they would have kicked it, if you'd have kicked it all the way toward the end zone, it would have been a touchback. They'd only gained, 1 more yard. So
sure.
I think that could have been a little bit deeper. And it was great coverage, but it could have been a little bit deeper, in my opinion.
So Houston will start from its own 19 with 1:47 left in the half and all 3 timeouts, and a quarterback who's only failed on 1 pass attempt. Burr off his back foot, right into traffic and right into the hands of the defender. He was wide open. That's the free safety, Evan Lacey. If he was running the other way, that was a walk-in touchdown, but that is a big mistake from Dave Burr, and Lone Star will take over at the 33.
His second interception of the season, just overthrew DR Sim, and that's something the Lone Star Glory have not been doing this season. That's only their 12th takeaway of the season. They were ranked next to last in the SFL in that category, so a big time turnover, and they're again right now on the fringe of field goal territory. A first down will get them there.
23rd interception of the season, the rookie QB Dave Burr. On the ground they go to McBride. Already 1 touchdown today. Stiff arm. Can't break through. And a pickup of 8 yards on the ground for McBride. Tackled at the end of it by rookie safety Josh Rowe. Look at that. McBride 1 yard away from 100 in the first half.
Yeah, having a great first half. A 73-yard run will do that for you. It'll put you at that 100 mark really quick. They seem to have tried to settle her in here. But she had a big run nullified earlier in this quarter by a penalty, so she's on fire right now.
And over 1,000 yards rushing on the season officially. Out of the backfield, they go to McBride. Another stiff arm for McBride, a true power back, trying to rev her engines up. First down for her through the air. Talk about Murray not really catching a lot of passes. We've barely seen him at all in this game. McBride doesn't really catch a lot either. Only 48 catches and 1 receiving touchdown on the season. And Suna Nakai, their fullback, who used to be a standout tailback with the Vancouver Legion, coming back from retirement to be the fullback for Ike McBride, has only touched the ball 10 times this year. Justin Williams has already surpassed him through 2 games. Fennick into traffic, again dropped by Perez. Former outside linebacker moving inside this season, and he hasn't been able to pick up a new set of hands with that move, and another drop.
You could always say that's why it's a linebacker and not a safety. But I can't say nothing. I'm a defensive tackle. My hands are horrible, so I was going to make that joke. But like you said, 2nd and 10 coming up here with just under a minute to go here in the half, and I think Fennick needs to do something here quick.
Some of us are defensive backs, and we still can't catch, so it's okay. 1 minute left until halftime. Fennick will toss it this way. There's Suna Nakai right on cue. His first catch today and a pickup of 8, saying, all right, Justin Williams, I see you. Here's what a veteran can do.
Yeah, it comes up with a great catch. Ball was thrown a little bit behind him, was still able to turn upfield to get 8 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 2, and as the veteran got out of bounds to save the timeout.
10 touches for 49 yards for Nakai this season, and now he will join this Elfin backfield with 2 ahead of Ike McBride. Clock stops at 53, 3rd and 2. Panic to throw again. Top of the field, it's Nakai. Not a great throw, and that left him dead to rights. Hit behind the line of scrimmage by Ethan Kai and a couple of other Hyenas. And now Lone Star will have to use a timeout and a decision coming up for Charles Doherty and crew.
That was a poorly thrown ball. He had no chance out there in the flat to turn upfield and get the first down. And it looks like Purvis is going to be coming on here to try. It looks like a 29-yard field goal.
So new head coach Albert Begin making his way from Queen City down here to Denton, Texas, elects to bring on Hugh Purvis. Not a given, even from about 30 yards for righty Hugh Purvis. Snap down from Jacob Parrott, and he knocks it through from 29. Lone Star gets back within 4 points. They finally cap it off, their first points of this second quarter. It's been a quick-moving first half, Gerald, but both of these two offenses have been surgical at times.
Great put down there on the high snap by Parrott. Gets the ball down for field goal kicker Hugh Purvis to put it through. 14-10. But man, 44 seconds on the clock. Houston still has all 3 timeouts. So I think Houston not going to sit lightly. I think D.R. Simmons is going to be putting that ball in the air, trying to get some points before the half.
Lone Star turns that interception from Evan Lacey, his second of the year, into 3 points, and now another late-stage opportunity for Houston. Like Gerald, you said, now 41 seconds left from their own 32, and all 3 timeouts left. And, I mean, let's set the scene again. Another 2-minute drill opportunity, 1-minute drill, really. They have a tenured kicker in Sonny J, albeit not one with tremendous range, and a quarterback who's only thrown 2 incompletions in this game, though one of them came on his most recent pass attempt. That was the pick against Evan Lacey. What can Burr do this time? 3 wides from the 32. Wide open, top of the screen. There's D.R. Sim, makes the catch and is tackled out of bounds. Perfectly done. First down, Houston.
Big-time players make big-time plays, and that's one right there. It gets to the 44-yard line as Bo Martin Jr. was on coverage there. But when you have a wide receiver core of Greg Corky, Kyle Finnemore, and D.R. Sim, and then you have big tight ends. You have a 6'5" tight end in Pierce, 6'7" in Walker. With 3 timeouts, you can use that size advantage, go across the middle, put the ball up in the air in a jump ball situation with the ball downfield.
You know Houston's going to be favoring D.R. Sim here. We haven't even mentioned this yet, but he is the SFL's leader in receiving yards through 9 weeks. On the quick out, there's Kyle Finnemore, another catch for the second-year wideout. And these two guys have dominated the timeshare for Dave Burr offensively this year. The rookie quarterback, he's thrown for a little bit over 2,800 yards through 9 weeks, 1,884 of those yards and 14 touchdowns to D.R. Sim and Kyle Finnemore, less than 1,000 passing yards for everybody else. So if he's throwing, it's probably to Sim or Finnemore. That's where he goes here on this 1-minute drill. Where will he go this time? Right on cue. There's the doctor, D.R. Sim. Houston looking healthy, but Dave Burr still going to the doctor in a big game.
Yeah, another big-time catch there for D.R. Sim across it. Just a perfectly thrown football. Great timing there again. As we saw Albert begin there with the tackle in field goal range already with 29 seconds, like 15 seconds off the clock, and they're already inside the 30.
Great call by you. 15 seconds off the clock in just 3 plays. Greg Soto saying gain of 22. Second longest pass completion today from Dave Burr. 30 seconds left. Less than 30 yards away. Burr over the middle. There's Pierce again. Stopped short of the sticks by Albert Begin, and Houston wisely uses a timeout.
24 seconds, 1 timeout. You still use the middle of the field to get down about a second and inches. You might see a run play here and then maybe a quick setup. But, man, Houston has looked great here on this minute drive.
We know that if they're looking to run, they may well go to Justin Williams, who's got both Hyena touchdowns today out of nowhere. The nose of the ball is across the magic yellow line. Second and inches, Burr will throw. On a quick out, here's Murray out of the backfield. Warren Murray accelerates, hit from behind by Trammell. Second, it's Daniel Daly, one of the other linebackers. Either way, Houston back to the line. Clock running with 10. Murray hasn't got back in position yet. He just now does. They'll snap it with 6. Time running out for Houston. Top of the screen, it's Williams.
Are you kidding?
No, we're not. A hat trick for Justin Williams in his second game in the SFL. 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. And with just seconds left until halftime, Houston extends the lead.
I think Jay Martin thought he had help on the outside as you just saw him just release Jay Williams out. Justin Williams going Jay Williams. Justin Williams out in the flat. And just like that, 3 touchdowns in the first half for Justin Williams, putting up all the points for Houston.
This is unbelievable. I figured we might have time to make this joke later in the game, Gerald, but it's great to see Justin Williams now moonlighting as a pro football player. We've seen a pro hockey player, Justin Williams, pro baseball player, Justin Williams, and now a pro sim football player, Justin Williams. And this guy might be the best of the 3. I mean, no disrespect to the hockey player, Justin Williams, who's one of the most clutch players ever in American pro sports. And this guy has just been out in this game, nowhere near as important as some of those that Justin Williams, the hockey player, has been in. But for Houston, in what might be a make-or-break game this season, he has come up massive, and that's going to end the first half as Deuce Fennick can't get past the 30. Justin Williams is the story. He's got all 3 touchdowns for the Hyenas, and they lead by 11 points on the road in this in-Texas tussle.
Unbelievable. Just unreal. Justin Williams, 3 touchdowns, just absolutely obliterating this Lone Star. Did you see the stats right now? Look at the time of possession. 15 minutes of time of possession in the first half, as you see 1 of 3 Justin Williams touchdowns on the half. But just a clinic being put on right now for Houston. Just absolutely just dominating time possession. You see Ike McBride score Lone Star's only touchdown of the ballgame on that 73-yard run. But after that, Houston's defense has looked good as Warren Murray has really set up Justin Williams, not the other way around here in this football game. Lone Star's got to find a way to corral Justin Williams, or this game could be a blowout early in the third.
You learn something new every day in the SFL, and you learn stuff live as it happens sometimes. Justin Williams, the 3rd Williams brother to join up in the SFL. I've stopped myself from calling him Jason Williams a time or two because the Fort Worth feature back has picked up the nickname Thrilliams over his career because of a dynamic of an impact he tends to have on games. So Justin, now the 3rd Williams brother, joining Jason and Joshua Williams to stand out for the Atlanta Swarm. So Justin trying to add his name to that pantheon and become the 3rd Williams brother to make a huge impact in the SFL. He's already creeping up on Jason Williams' career touchdown total. Not really, that's a joke. But the 3 Williams brothers, this could be the next great SFL family.
Definitely. You have the Begins, which are fantastic. You have the Fennicks in this game. So yeah, definitely a football family. Justin actually taking all the press right now in this game as Houston takes a 21-10 lead, and they get the ball back.
What a start for the Houston Hyenas. 3 touchdowns, all from Justin Williams. A near-perfect first half from Dave Burr, just 2 incompletions, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. The Houston offense has been fantastic, drastically outplaying the Lone Star offense, it's fair to say, for that first half. And like you say, Gerald, Houston will get the ball to start the second half. Happy to have you with us as we roll on this SFL Sunday slate. Alongside Gerald Giudice, I'm Tim Hackett. Rochelle Colston stepping up to help out Greg Soto on the stats. Cameron Irvine back producing. One other game in action right now, Denver against Las Vegas. That is a famous rivalry game here in the SFL between 2 teams that have become league afterthoughts to this point in the season, but all is not lost for the Fury. But right now, this game might be lost. They are down big at home. You can catch that game on the SFL Twitch page. Warren Murray will get the carry, first play of the second half. He runs into Juke and Rook, and you see him there, his 3rd tackle of the game.
Third tackle, his first 2 tackles were both for losses number 100 and 101 on his career. And boy, they have the answer for Murray. I think I might be seeing more of the ball going to Williams here.
Cameron Irvine just in from Vegas. Scott Johnson, the stud Vegas tailback, is hurt, and that is not going to help Vegas' comeback efforts against the Denver Nightwings. Murray trying to break through. Cannot. Brought down from behind, and a nice tackle from behind by Tina Begin, somebody that Houston knows very well. The Hyenas had to completely remake their defensive line over the last couple of years. Nobody from the season 15 defensive line was still on the team at the start of this year, but Chris Joseph, who played season 16 in London, is now back here for season 17 as Burr links up with Kyle Finnemore in a big gain for the sophomore wideout down the right sideline out towards midfield and that now past midfield to the 40.
Yeah, another first down conversion for this Houston team. Now 6 of 8 on third downs, and they're just having the way here with the Lone Star Glory defense. 3 touchdown drives for Houston. The only other 2 miscues were a punt or missed field goal and the interception. So they haven't had the answer for Houston's offense yet.
Can Lone Star drum up something to try to stem the tide? Low snap. Burr fires. There you go. Right on cue. A gift from Burr into traffic, and Bo Martin Jr.'s got the pick. No idea where that one was going, Gerald, but Lone Star has a lifeline.
Second interception thrown by Burr. This time, like you said, no one else was involved. It might have been just a miscommunication with the receiver, but Lone Star comes away with its second interception. Very rarely have they had a game where they've had 2 takeaways by the defense. They need to turn these into points.
That's a fantastic point. Like you said, one of the league's worst takeaway teams with only 11. Here goes McBride, who got the Lone Star offense cooking with a 74-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, answering Houston's first touchdown back 2 plays later. But since then, Lone Star has not been able to find the end zone. They've managed just 3 points from Hugh Purvis, and they now trail by 11 at home. Good start to the drive, 5-yard gain for Ike McBride, who's now safely up over 100 yards. Once again, her excellent season continues. She had 102 rushing yards on 22 carries last week. Much better figure for her here. She'll get the ball out of the backfield, and Brody Gulch pile drives her down short of the sticks.
Back-to-back big hits on McBride. That one by Brody Gulch. The first one was by Brady Clark, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for Lone Star. 0 for 4 right now on third down conversions.
Something that has bitten them all season long. Only 46%, one of the bottom marks in the league. Here's McBride trying to change that. She does. Gulch is once again there to meet her, but McBride needed 1, gets about 3. First down, Lone Star.
Got to that line of scrimmage really quick and was trying to break it to the outside after getting the first down. Brody Gulch says, "No can do, young lady." But I got the first down anyway, she said. Back to Glory at the 37-yard line.
That game for McBride last week was really just par for the course for her, just about perfectly in line with her season averages. She's on track to do much better than that today. Fennec bullets it. That's caught for a short gain. That's Greg Soto, who we have not seen much from on the field in this game, Gerald. I think that's just his first catch, and he picks up 5.
First catch on his first target. Very, very, should we say, not really involved in this offense here. Coming in, though, he was the team leader in catches with 52.
And he had an absolutely killer game last week. 5 catches for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. As Lone Star gets Houston to jump offside, McBride has nowhere to go, but that'll be a bonus 5 yards for Lone Star. Can that help them start to move the ball? That's number 99, Jules Simeon, one of the backup defensive tackles at the scene of the crime. It will be offsides, but they will get Chris Joseph. So cameraman fooled on that one, targeting 99, not 98, and it will be a free move of the sticks for the Glory.
Yeah, it's going to bring up second and about 2 feet or less to get that first down. It's safely in the hands of one Ike McBride here to get the first down as the clock ticks with less than 7.5 to go.
You're right. I thought for sure it was a free first down, but it's not. They'll have to do it the hard way. McBride gets it. Well, there you go. Just barely. a generous spot perhaps, but McBride was just able to move the ball out ahead of the yellow line. First down this time.
Brody Gulch again meets Ike McBride at the point of attack. And this time she gets the first down, but not by much.
Last week, McBride, 22 carries for 102 yards and a touchdown. She averages 21.5 carries, 101 yards. Perfectly in sync. Fennick will float it up. Wide open. Touchdown. Ziggy Hronick. His second touchdown of the year. Lone Star's right back in it on a deep bomb from Ace Fennick.
What a throw. Somehow that tight end got behind the line. Throw it to the tight end. And it goes for a touchdown as he gets behind both the safety and the linebacker. Alex Perez and Josh Rowe gets burned deep. And again, Lone Star takes advantage of the Houston turnover. But this time, instead of 3, they turn it into 7.
These two teams both employ 2 tight ends. Ziggy Hronick coming over to Lone Star in the offseason, spent his rookie year with the DC Dragons, so he joins Adam Williams, who's been a big offensive contributor in the past, not so much this year, and Ziggy Hronick at times has outshined Adam Williams. He's now got 2 touchdowns. Williams still sitting on 0, which is a surprise. And that one going for 52 yards from Ace Fennick. Can that ignite the Lone Star offense, which is back within 1 score, down by 4?
Unbelievable turn of events there. Like I said, bringing up that turnover. Not many times they have created turnovers, but they've turned both turnovers in this game into 10 points.
Exactly was going to be my point, Gerald. And Lone Star taking advantage of the opportunities that they've been given, which is not something that they've been able to do on the balance of this season. Part of the reason why they're 4-5. Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013. SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archived people behind player segments, and all the major milestones in league history. You can watch this game later on that YouTube page if you would like, and it's shaping up to be a good one like we expected. Burr looking for an answer. It's caught right behind the defense. Kyle Finnemore breaks a first tackle, hit from behind by the linebacker who's made a couple of big plays in this game. That is Daniel Daly, but Kyle Finnemore with another huge play. Houston with an immediate answer.
Just like that, they come back deep to Finnemore. Great pursuit there by the linebacker, as you mentioned, but going down the field, man, just that quick. They're already at the 28-yard line of Lone Star.
44-yard strike from Burr to Kyle Finnemore, who unofficially goes up over the century mark himself. From the 28, Burr, seeing pressure, tosses it out. There's Randy Pierce once again. Another catch for the tight end and a pickup of 8.
Yeah, defense playing off there, and they just took the nice little safe underneath route. Getting to yards, making a 2nd and 2. They're just knocking at the 20 to get in the red zone. And boy, what a response by this Houston ball club.
Immediate response, right when it seemed like Lone Star might finally be able to start drawing something up. Not so fast. From the 20, here goes Murray. Sprint left. Warren Murray with daylight. Breaks through a tackle, and he's in. Touchdown, Warren Murray. 20-yard run. He shines that spotlight right back on him, and Houston back up 2 scores.
Wow. Amazing run there. He says, I want to get in the end zone. The heck with Justin. I want to get in the end zone. As he just bowls his way over. Big run. 20-yard touchdown run. And man, just like that, Houston, 3 plays, 72 yards. And just like that, Lone Star's back down 2 scores again.
Just a couple of minutes off the clock as well. Unbelievable drive from Houston. Finnemore, Pierce, and then Murray caps it off with a 20-yard scamper, his 9th rushing touchdown of the year. 13th all-purpose. That kick was nearly blocked, but sent through by Sonny J, and Houston extends the lead back out to 11. Gerald, we mentioned this game, a complete toss-up, according to the fine folks at Jack's Data, who have an excellent track record at picking SFL games. They've termed this game a pick-em. Can't pick a favorite in this game, even with Lone Star playing at home. These two teams coming in at 4-5, even though Houston has bossed this all-time series, still was meant to be a toss-up. It's been a great game so far with a lot of action on both sides. Deep kickoff. Can Fennec do something here on this return? A little bit of daylight for Deuce Fennec. Gets out to the 30, and now that was a bad toss by me, Gerald. It's been a great game for both sides.
Yes, it has been. I mean, really, Lone Star really hasn't done much in negative. I mean, they've created 2 turnovers. They haven't turned the ball over yet.
Oh.
Ace Fenix 11 for 14. Ike McBride over 100 yards. It's just that Houston whenever it just seems like Houston's going to be down, they just come back and they just punch Lone Star right in the mouth again.
Houston has been a lot more clinical so far. Fennec trying for a response, zips it in. Dave Axis has a gain of 7, hit immediately by Rowe. 4th catch of the day for the Diva, Dave Axis. Had just 2 last week.
Houston, that was Houston's quickest scoring drive. They went 13, 9, 6, and now 3. So I guess the next one's going to be 1 if they just keep doing it that way.
The math works out that way. Get ready for Houston's next drive. Greg Corky's time to shine. Here goes McBride trying to get a quick score of her own. Gets the first down. Another penalty flag flies. Seen a couple of those here after halftime. If it stands, it's a first down for McBride.
I think they got Chris Joseph again going off sides. And it is Chris Joseph. You got talking about hockey. Got that Curtis Joseph now in my mind. But another jump offside there by the 4th season veteran coming over from London, and they got the first down anyway. But that's something that he's got to be careful with, because that could come up and bite him later on in the game.
You may be the only other person in this league who would be able to make a Cujo reference, so props to you for that. Fennec darts it into Dave Axis, 2nd catch of this drive for the Diva, pickup of 8 that time. What would we call Christian? Would that be Crijo? I mean, I don't even know how that would work, but either way.
Crijo or something. Crijo would be
That's
good.
actually pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's submit it to him, see what he thinks. 4th-year defensive end, was on Houston season 15, spent season 16 with London. He's now back and is tied for the team lead with 4 sacks, also has 8 TFLs. And 2 offside penalties here. Here goes McBride, breaks through a tackle, breaks through the second wave, and Rose saves a touchdown, bringing McBride down at the 24. She thought she had her 2nd big touchdown scamper of the day. Not so fast as the rookie Josh Rowe, but another first down for Lone Star.
If you're going to tackle like McBride, watch this. This is where you have to go. Just grab her around the ankles and don't try to tackle her, probably because she's shown that she has the strength to just stiff arm people down to the ground. Another big time run for Ike McBride, over 130 yards unofficially.
She's on milestone watch now officially. Axis again on the catch, his 3rd of this drive. First down, Dave Axis. Pushed out of bounds by Marco Swift, the 2nd-year corner. And Axis now gets Houston up to a 1st and goal situation from the 10.
Man, this game is just punch, counter punch. Just great plays there by Soto. Back-to-back plays by Soto and McBride, getting them down inside the 20-yard line at the 10. First down. I don't know if it's goal or not. They can get a first down about a half a foot from the goal line.
Now you're right. They will spot him just shy of the 10. I assumed incorrectly. 3 wides and 2 tailbacks for Fennec. Firing top of the screen. Soto makes the catch, but he's going the wrong way. GPS not calibrated properly. He caught it 3 yards past the line, gets tackled 2 yards behind the line, and looks dumbfounded about it.
Tried to figure out what he did there as he tried to make a play, but actually went backwards for 2 yards. Like you said, it's going to bring up 2nd and 12.
Rare loss on a catch for Greg Soto, who is a big play guy to be sure. From the 12, empty back set now for Fennec. Going this way, that's caught. Soto trying to atone, and he does. Nice tackle, 3 yards short of the end zone by Ethan Kai, who has been beat up in this game. That was a great one-on-one tackle. Pickup of 9 through the sky for the missile.
I think I would have liked to have seen him dart for the pylon and try to doing that spin move, but either way, it's 3rd and goal for the Houston at the 3. Like we said, they can't get a first down sniff in the goal line. Let's see what they can do here. Trips on the bottom.
Yeah, bunch set to the bottom, 1 to the top. McBride alone in the backfield. Fennec will throw. Out to McBride. Lowers the shoulder. Easy touchdown. No chance for Rowe to make the stop that time. McBride's got 2. And Lone Star back within a possession.
1 by land, 1 by air as McBride comes out of the backfield. I thought for sure she might have been stopped there, but right there just put on the burst. And once she turned her shoulders upfield, there was no one that was going to stop her. And just like that, Lone Star answers Houston touchdown with one of their own, an 8-play, 69-yard drive, resulting in McBride's second touchdown of the day, this one receiving.
Just her second receiving touchdown of the year. She's now got 10 total touchdowns with her second today. Purvis try to make it a 4-point game. Too early to start going for two. He delivers, and with 2:16 left in the third, Lone Star retaliates again. This rivalry game, this Texas two-step, whatever you want to call it, has been a thriller. Houston has bossed this all-time series, as we've said, Gerald. This is the 14th all-time meeting. Houston won 10 of the previous 13, including all 7 games that have been played in Houston. They're also 2-0 the last 2 seasons against Lone Star, so this rivalry was renewed. They've played every season since season 14, in fact, but they've played every season since Lone Star joined the SFL. Houston won both of those games, but like we said early in the show, this is the first time that Houston has played in Denton, Texas. The Lone Star Glory have been a Texas franchise for a long time. They were the Dallas Law. They were the Dallas Lobos. They were the Dallas Roughnecks. For a while, they were the Seattle Tyrants. And then Charles Doherty, who has been part of the SFL for a long time, brings this team back to Texas, to Denton, Texas, near Dallas and Fort Worth, makes them the Lone Star Glory. First time they are hosting the Houston franchise here. Hyenas up by 4. Risky pass from Burr, and that is swatted away by Nate Hall. He did not get a whole lot of playing time with the Vancouver Legion the last couple of years, Gerald, but he's come down here to Lone Star and he's showed out.
No, he was definitely, I wouldn't say he was a backup. He was probably the one of the best that could not make the field somehow for our Vancouver Legion. But he's, like you said, he's coming down here and is just balling out. 2 interceptions on the season, along with 56 tackles.
We had 1 tackle for loss before this season. Murray on the give, spinning around, picking up about 7. I mean, to your point, it's such a good Vancouver secondary. I mean, they got exposed a little bit. I was surprised earlier today against St. Louis, a surprise loss. But with Nate Hall can't crack that secondary, it's really no slight to him if you got to, break through Mark Lopez and Ashley Rose Finch and all those people. But comes down here to Lone Star. He's the number 5 here, playing with Albert Begin. It's been a nice fit for him so far. 3rd and 3. Check down from Burr to Murray. Spins the wrong way, and right on cue, Nate Hall makes a huge play. A gift-wrapped TFL. Murray loses 6 on that play. 4th down for Houston.
It's like he's grabbing his side there. Maybe a hip pointer, maybe an oblique strain, but either way, it's going to bring out the punting unit. And boy, Lone Star needed that stop, as they were going to get the ball back to potentially take the lead here.
One of our trends of this game, Houston's dominance on 3rd down. Not that time, just their second 3rd down failure. And Brian Adams will come on and punt it away. Deuce Fennick will field it at the 41. Haven't seen Brian Adams too much. And Deuce Fennick will say thank you very much. And Lone Star now down by 4 all of a sudden, Gerald, from their own 41-yard line. Striking distance for the Fennicks and company.
Yeah, that punt was pretty decent. It was a great hang time, and that ball cut like a knife through the air.
Oh, you beat me to it. I can't believe I let you do it. Oh, I'm mad now. From the 41, Fennick trying to answer. What a catch by Dave Axis. Talk about slicing through. That was a fantastic catch from one of the league's best. Lone Star inside the 40 on 1 play.
Wow, what a catch there by Axis going across the middle. Fennick going across, and just watch that catch. One-handed, great extension, full concentration on that football as Josh Rowe brings him down. But they're cooking right now at the 38-yard line.
Gain of 21, if my math is correct, and for the first time in my life, it is. From the 3-back set now, Lone Star across the 40-yard line. Time waning in the 3rd quarter, 4-point deficit for the home team. Here goes McBride, already with 2 scores today. Not a lot of running room for her there. Perez, who has had his moments in this game, good and bad, and same can be said for Ethan Kai. They both make a good stop.
Yeah, great stop there on 2nd down. As you were mentioning how Houston has dominated this series. The last time this franchise won, they were the Seattle Tyrants all the way back in season 14 at home.
It has been a long time coming for this franchise, no doubt. McBride has nowhere to go, stopped after a short gain. And it was Joseph on the stop that time. Done with 3 from Denton, Texas. Home team trailing by 4, but threatening. This is the SFL presented by 8 p.m. Music live on Twitch. Week 10 of Season 17 of the Simulation Football League rolls on from Medal of Honor Field. Tim Hackett, Gerald Giudice here with you live. Michelle Colston, Greg Soto, Cameron Irvine working hard behind the scenes. So happy to have you with us wherever you're joining us from. It's been a thriller so far. 3rd and 7. Big opportunity for the Glory. Fennick into traffic. It's caught. What a catch. What a throw. Lone Star converts on 3rd down. The second half has been the Dave Axis show, ironically enough, Gerald. Another first down for the Glory.
Big catch by Axis again in traffic. As you mentioned, he had a couple where he just looked like he took the ball away from a defender. It looked like he did it again. First time it was to Brady Clark. This time it looked like Ethan Kai was the recipient of Axis's thievery, I guess you want to call it. And they're cooking right now inside the 15.
It's Axis Live on a Sunday afternoon from the 15. Here goes McBride. Breaks through the first wave. Hit eventually by rookie Frank Stackhouse, who was the first pick in the 3rd round for Houston. Again, they completely remade this defense, as Gerald outlined. A ton of rookies on both sides, including 5 on this side of the ball, 2 on the defensive line. Haven't heard too much this season from Julius Maximus, the defensive end, and Frank Stackhouse, who is their team's leader in TFLs, with the stop after a gain of 3. 10 minutes left in regulation. Here goes McBride. Hit from behind by Brody Gulch. Gain of just 3 that time, and Gulch's big day continues.
That's tackle number 10
Jeez.
on the game for Brody Gulch. 9 of those solo, just showing why he's one of the top tacklers in this league.
He averaged 118 tackles over his first 2 seasons. He needs 20 over his last 3 games to beat that average. Halfway to it here today alone. Crazy. 3rd and 3. Fennick tosses it out. High pass, high pointed by McBride. Breaks through the first wave, and Gulch saves a tackle with another solo stop. But Ike McBride sets up 1st and goal from the 1.
Big driver. Houston can take the lead here early in the 4th quarter. Like you said, she high pointed that football. Didn't think she was going to be able to get the momentum, but somehow just able to drive those legs and break tackles to get to the 1.
Lone Star has been trailing this entire game. 9 minutes left in regulation. Here goes McBride. Sidestep touchdown. A hat trick for Ike McBride, answering the 3 from Justin Williams. And for the first time today, the Glory have the lead.
Big time drive there for Lone Star. As again, this counter punch. This time it's a score by Ike McBride after the punt by Houston. Another 8-play scoring drive, this time only 58 yards. Ike McBride gets her 3rd, like you said, to match Justin's. Another an extra point here from going up by a field goal.
This has been an incredible game from both sides. We figured it would be evenly matched. I wasn't sure which side of the ball would show out, Gerald, because frankly, both teams are middle of the pack in most offensive and defensive categories as Purvis hits the PAT. Not a surprise for 2 teams that are 4 and 5, right? I mean, they don't have a ton of standout stats on either side. Really, the only standout stat is the Houston defense. They're 5th in the league in pass yards, 8th fewest total yards, so their defense has been really solid this season, which is not really the MO for this team. In the last couple of years, they've been a team that gives up a lot of points, gives up a lot of yards, but they get a lot of takeaways, and they combat that with a high-powered offense. It's really not been the case for Houston this year, even though DR Sim leads the league in receiving yards on the offensive side, but their defense has now given up 31 points, and a lot of those have come after halftime. Look at this drive summary for Lone Star in the second half. 52-yard pass touchdown from Fennick to Hronik, 3-yard pass touchdown from Fennick to McBride, 1-yard rushing touchdown from Mike McBride. That's 21 points against 7 for Houston after halftime, and Lone Star has the lead for the first time.
Yeah, 3 for 3 in scoring drives for Lone Star, while only 1 of 3 for Houston. Like you said, Houston finds themselves behind for the first time in this ballgame.
What can Dave Burr and company do? That's a nice cold throw from Burr right over the top, and he links up with number 84. That is Josh Fedd, one of the backup wide receivers for the Hyenas, his first catch today, and a timely first down.
They got to somehow try to get pressure on. I don't know about that. That ball looked like it hit the turf here. That's close.
I was about to say the same thing, Double G. I thought for sure that ball was on the ground, but no challenge coming from Albert Begin. They're happy to let that one move along. First down. Burr down the right seam, knocked away. Looking for DR Sim, his first target in a while. Good coverage out there. I think that was Nate Hall, Mickey McGuire in the area as well.
Yeah, great defensive play there to deny the football to DR Sim, bringing up a 2nd and 10. I thought that non-challenge there might come back to hurt Lone Star here. Let's see what happens here on 2nd and 10.
Sim's only been targeted a couple of times. We've got him at 7, which is down from what he normally has. Burr will check it down this time for Murray. Murray again going the wrong way, and the two standout linebackers for Lone Star are there. Trammell and Jay Mart, loss of 2. 3rd down and a mile coming up for Houston.
Yeah, 3rd down. They've only been stopped on 2 3rd down attempts here so far in the game. 7 for 9 is Houston. And Lone Star's defense has really stepped up here in the second half.
No question about it. Only 7 points allowed as we tick towards 7 minutes left. Burr floats it up into traffic and out of the hands of Justin Williams. Covered well by Jay Mart. Pressure applied by Bobo Caudill. He mentioned it's been a quiet year for him. Former O-lineman, big-time pressure there. 4th down for Houston.
Yeah, and that's just a complete drop by Justin Williams. One of the few mistakes that young man has made in his 2nd overall game in the SFL. Came into this game with 7 touches and has 3 touchdowns already in this game, as Lone Star is going to get the ball back here with almost 7:45 on the clock.
Almost all of Williams' action came in that first half. Remember, we were telling you the story about his family in the halftime break. That may have been the first time Houston went to him, maybe the second time after halftime, Gerald. So it's been a complete change of script offensively for Houston. Now, the other side of it is they've barely had the ball here in the second half, so they've not been able to look at Williams or really anybody else. But when they've had the ball, Williams has been an afterthought, which is kind of the role the fullback normally plays in SFL offenses. But Houston has changed its identity here after halftime, and Lone Star has taken advantage. They have turned up the heat on offense. They have been clinical, like we've said, successful scoring touchdowns on all 3 possessions. And now a 3-point lead. Here goes McBride, already over the century mark, breaking through the first wave. Gulch absolutely tattoos her at the end of the run. You see it there, 172 rushing yards, and McBride just steps away from a milestone.
Yeah, about maybe 2 or 3 steps away. She's just 3 yards shy of the 3,000-yard mark. But if you look at the first 3 possessions of the second half, Houston, 11 plays, 1 touchdown. Lone Star, 23 plays and 3 scores. So it's definitely been a tale of 2 halves in this game.
Houston packing the box, but they will send only 4. Fennick floats it up into traffic. It's caught. First down for Greg Soto out to the 35-yard line. The Cuban Missile has arrived. Big gain.
Another first down on back-to-back plays. This time Fennick going across middle, just looking fantastic. Now, when we said about Lone Star's defense not creating a lot of turnovers, that's Lone Star Glory offense doesn't give the ball up. Yeah. They've only committed 11 turnovers so far this season.
Second fewest in the SFL. Fantastic point. That's why their turnover differential is so good. McBride, check it. That's Nakai getting back involved in this Lone Star offense. He gets plastered at the end of the run. This Houston defense continues to hit, Gerald, but that time Sudo was able to get 6.
Zed Markoff is making Sudo Nakai wonder if he should go back to retirement after that hit. That was a brutal pop along the sideline.
3rd round pick, Zed Markov joining this linebacker core. Houston has run only 2 linebackers in the past, but they have 3 this year, and all that help was able to help stop McBride on that play. Stackhouse in on the mix. There's Markov again, back-to-back hits, so 2 rookies combined on the stop. 3rd down now for Lone Star.
Stackhouse, big defensive tackle, 6'6", 300. First pick of the 3rd round. Comes up big here to force Lone Star in a 3rd down situation. Only 50% in this game, 4 for 8.
And fringes a field goal range once again. Fenech sidearm throw into traffic. It's tipped up in the air. Wow, hot potato to the max. Markov was in on the mix again. Perez was there. And somehow no one was able to bring that ball in. That was like a game of dead or alive. And fortunately for Lone Star, the ball ends up dead. And it's 4th down.
Somehow that hit 6 Houston Heine defenders. And that ball still finds its way to the turf. But it's coming up for another punt in the football.
Oh, a penalty comes in first. I'm surprised by this decision, no doubt. What's the call? This could be huge in this game.
If that's another offside
No
on
way.
Houston, that's a first down.
You're right. Encroachment against Terry Nellums, one of the backup DBs on the punt unit. Wow. That's unbelievable, Gerald. They're third this game.
I don't think that's enough for a first down, though, but it might put them in field goal range.
Goal range.
Oh, it was a first down.
It was.
It enough for a first down.
It was 4th and 4, I think, if memory serves. So, yes, just enough to move the sticks. That could seal this game when all is said and done. Mark that one down. New life for Lone Star. Oh, they nearly give it right back. Again, that pass was tipped. Fenech looking for Greg Soto. It hit somebody's body. Perez walking away from the scene of the crime like he had the contact. And, wow, that was crazy. Being corrected by the ever-present Gunny McGuire in the chat saying it was 4th and 3, not 4th and 4. But either way, 5 yards enough to move the sticks on that one.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier with Chris Joseph's 2 jumps, if that might come back to haunt him, here it just might here by the special teams.
Now they are in field goal range, even for Purvis. McBride out of the backfield. Can't get through Brody Gulch. This dude has been everywhere in this game. 4th through the air for McBride.
Unreal pursuit there, and just an absolute sure tackle. Number 13 for Brody Gulch in this football game, 12 solo.
That's unbelievable, and he was second in the SFL to Jay Mart, as we said, with 99 tackles through 9 games. Math even I can do an average of 11. He's beat that out so far here today. Kicking towards 5 left. Fenech uncorks one and swatted away by Ethan Kai. That could have been a game-changing pick, but he will settle for the pass deflection one-on-one against Dave Axis. Houston wins that battle, 4th down.
Well, they really would have liked to have punched that in the end zone. So Houston coming up after a special teams blunder gives them the first down. They really hold tight there, and it's going to force a field goal here. And it's not sure with the field goal kicker here with Hugh Purvis.
Already good from 29 in this game, but this one will be about from 34. It would still be a 1-possession game. Snap down, hold down from Jacob Parrott. The kick from Purvis is good, officially from 35. And Lone Star does extend the lead, but it is a 1-possession game. Largest lead of the game for the Glory, up by 6.
Yeah, Glory up by 6, but it just seems like as soon as Lone Star finds a way to somehow, some way, get some momentum, Houston just strikes right back here. Let's see what Dave Burr and the Houston Hyenas offense can do here with 5:05 to go.
You and Rochelle Colston both pointed out the time of possession metric at the halftime break, but we don't have that live in front of us right now, but get this from our stat team. Right now, total plays run, Houston 57, Lone Star 58. Cannot get more even than that. And Houston now with the ball again. They've barely had the ball here in the second half. Now trailing, facing their largest deficit with 5:01 left in regulation time. Dave Burr, who was nearly perfect passing the ball in the first half, has been outshined by Ace Fenech here in the second. From the empty set, Burr sets and throws into traffic. It's caught for a first down by Greg Corky, but another penalty flag comes in right near the area where the catch was made.
I think it's going to be pass interference on the defense. They'll decline that penalty, I think, as the first down is picked up. Who's the on inside linebacker Freddie Trammell. But either way, it's going to be a first down for Houston right off the shoot on the first play of the drive.
Gerald Giudice remains undefeated. You're very good at picking up on those penalties, good sir, and you get another one there, so they should decline it as they do. Second catch of the day for Greg Corky. He now joins the mix. Everybody now has at least 2 receptions from Dave Burr in this game, and Houston out towards midfield on just 1 play. They'll spread it out once again. 2 wides Two tight ends, Murray in the backfield. Over the middle, into traffic again. Finnemore on the target and swatted away. That's Daly. This backup linebacker has been very busy for Lone Star in this game.
Yeah, great coverage there by Daly, the backup linebacker, coming up huge for the Glory. Now it's a 2nd and 10, just inside Houston's territory at the 47.
That's Daniel, don't call me Dan Daly, the linebacker for Lone Star, not to be confused with the standout tight end for Vancouver. From the Houston 47, 3 wides, Warren Murray accelerates up the middle. Nice run for Murray, picks up 7.
Showing the really relatively fresh legs for Warren Murray, as that's only his 11th carry of the ball game. So let's see if they try to get him more involved out here. It's 3rd and 4, 7 of 10 now for Houston. I think they've missed on their last couple 3rd down attempts.
Averaging 6.5 yards per clip. This season he averages less than 4. And he's got a touchdown, Houston's most recent. Will throw it out to Murray. Can he get there? Yes! Spin move and a sidestep. And Warren Murray looked like he was dead to rights, but Caudill could not stop him. Warren Murray makes the play. 1st down, Hyenas.
And plus making a spin move there, making Mickey McGuire just absolutely look foolish. Brings up a 1st down, and they're at the Lone Star 41-yard line.
Who's laughing now? The Hyenas on the prowl. 4 minutes left in regulation, down by 6. Top of the screen. Here goes Williams. The new Thrilliams has it. Gain of 5, pushed out of bounds there. His first catch in quite a while. I mean, if you're just joining us, you have missed potentially the emergence of a new superstar. The 3rd Williams brother to join the SFL. His 2 brothers are already established stars. Justin Williams had 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground in the first half alone, staking Houston to a big halftime lead. Since then, it's been all Lone Star. Ace Fennick, Ike McBride, and the rest of the pack have stepped up to help give the home team a 6-point lead, looking for their first win at home here in Denton in this all-time series. Burr under pressure, sidearm throw, and it's dropped by Pierce. I think it was tipped on the way, Gerald, but either way, that could have been caught. 3rd down.
It was either tipped or the defender got there just a little bit early. It looked really close, but either way, it was a great defensive play here to stop that, make that ball hit the turf. 3rd and 5, another big 3rd down here for Houston.
Houston has clicked at 50% on 3rd down this season, north of that today, but not very good in the second half, like Gerald said. 3rd and 5, delayed handoff. They will try to run it, trailing in this game, and that won't work. Warren Murray picks up just a couple, hit by Tina Begin, who joined her husband Albert with this Lone Star team in the offseason. Big stop for the most famous person on this league from Rhode Island, and of just 1, 4th down.
4th and 4 here, and it looks like they are going to try to pin him deep and put it on the defense. Try to get a quick 3 and out, playing the field position game here. Might be a smart move.
And Brian Adams will come on to punt once again. He's not had a lot of work to do. Sends it out towards the corner, and it dies at the 2. Mon Simeon's going to be looking at him saying, have I told you lately that I love you? A fantastic punt from Brian Adams, and Lone Star will start at the 2.
That is just a thing of beauty. That's something that in this league you don't see a lot of, is just coffin corner punts. That's absolutely beautiful. And man, if they don't get a 1st down here, they're going to set up themselves in good field position. It's now all on Houston's defense.
Only Marcus Agrippa can do that, or so you would think. McBride, this is your go-to gal in a situation like this. You would think, Gerald, pickup of 4. And the numbers are a little bit akimbo, I think, but oh well, maybe a gain of 3.5. Either way, a good start.
We'll just roll 3.5. We'll just round it up to 4 there to make it 2nd and 6 here. But like you said, this is definitely Ike McBride territory. You might want to just give it to her 3 times, run the clock down. Let's see if she can bust a big gain here to get a 1st down.
All 7 standouts in the box for Houston may be ready for it. No reason for Lone Star to rush it as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Here's the give, and they're stopped short of the line. The secondary had to come help. McBride again the carry, stopped by the veteran Brady Clark. 3rd and inches with 2:20 left.
Yeah, I think they're going to take this to the 2-minute warning here. I wouldn't run a play if I was Lone Star. They're coming up to the line here, full set. You got about 18 inches to get a 1st down.
Houston has already jumped offside 3 times, remember. But yes, no reason to run a play, and they won't. maybe they weren't actually trying to after all that. 2 minutes left in regulation time. Lone Star trying for their 4th all-time win against the Hyenas and keep themselves in the thick of the playoff conversation. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on For the Fans. Tim Hackett and Gerald Giudice here with you live. Play of the game so far, 3rd and inches. Houston again will pack the box. Lone Star counters with the heavy set. McBride, first down. McBride stopped near the 20-yard line by Swift, and a big-time play for the standout tailback. First down, Glory.
Ike McBride having a day, young lady. As she busts through Alex Perez there at the line. I think she would have got the first down anyway. Just a head of speed, head of steam, just puts the shoulder down, gets that first down. And I think Lone Star is about a first down away from icing this football game.
Unofficially, 23 carries for 183 yards and 2 touchdowns. She has superseded the 3,000-yard mark in just her 3rd season as an SFL running back. And that'll send her back the other way. Great tackle for loss right when Houston needed it. Chris Joseph has not had a very good game, not been very disciplined in this game, Gerald. Fantastic play by him there, loss of 2.
Trying to atone for 2 offside jumps from earlier in this game. Tackle for loss brings up 2nd and 12 here. With $1:52 to go, Houston still has 1 timeout remaining.
They had to use their first one after the McBride first down run. So a couple of stops here, and the Hyenas are not dead. We'll go back to McBride. Are we surprised? Nice pickup. That stop by Clark. Gain of 6 that time, and the final timeout taken by D.R. Sim and company.
3rd and 7 here for the Glory with 1:48 to go. You even attempt to throw the football because it'll stop the clock. This is a big time play for both teams here. This could be a season maker right here.
If you run it and you don't get the first down, you can punt it away with about a minute to go. But they're going to throw it on 3rd and 7. They want to ice it here. Fennick's pass is caught by Greg Soto. There were 4 Hyenas there. A strike to the Cuban Missile. And Lone Star might have just sealed this game.
I think that was right in front of the linebacker, Alex Perez. I have no idea how that ball got there. As you see Ike McBride there, unofficially 194 yards. And it's victory time here as Lone Star Glory looks like they're going to pull off a victory here.
Unbelievable pass from Ace Fennick to Greg Soto. And that is going to do it. A couple of kneels will wrap this game up. Fennick will snap it with about a minute. We just said they could snap it with a minute and punt it. But because of that gutsy call from Albert Begin trying to seal the win right there, they do so. They needed 7. Soto got them maybe 8 through traffic. A pinpoint pass from Ace Fennick. He outduels Dave Burr in the second half. Gerald, I wasn't sure that would be possible with the way that Burr started in this game. Nearly perfect. I think he was 21 for his first 21 or something like that. But Fennick, McBride, and this Lone Star offense, a fantastic second half, a comeback win. They will keep their playoff hopes alive with a massive victory at home.
24 second half points by the Lone Star Glory. I mean, they only really had 1 scoring drive that really wasn't. I think this might be the only drive of Lone Star's second half that's not going to result in any points.
I think you're right about that. They outscore Houston 24-7 in the second half. A comeback win for the Glory, their first win in this all-time series since season 14. Their first win since they have been the Lone Star Glory. And more importantly, this team moves to 5-5 and they stay right in the mix. The playoff picture in season 17. Final score, Lone Star 34, Houston 28. What a game.
Did you see the stats that came up? Believe it or not, the Lone Star Glory had more time of possession than Houston. Houston only had the ball for some 5 minutes and maybe 20 seconds of the second half, and it shows that they only scored 7 points as Lone Star Glory comes out in the second half with a touchdown to 50 yards, a 3-yard touchdown, a field goal to ice their scoring, but right there, Ike McBride is going to probably be your player of the game there with 190 plus yards, hitting the 3,000 yard mark. And man, this is definitely a great win for Lone Star going into the last 2 weeks of the season.
Move to 5-5. They join a whole glut of teams that will be 5-5 after 10 weeks. And I've said this before, Gerald, 6-6 is good enough to get some teams in the postseason here in the SFL. So if Houston wins out, they will be 6-6 and they will give themselves a chance. This Hyena franchise has done that in the past. In season 15, they won their final couple of games of the regular season just to get into the playoffs, and they nearly won in the first round there. They can do it. They have the coaching staff to do it, but Lone Star puts themselves in the driver's seat at 5-5. If they win out, they almost guarantee themselves a spot in the playoffs at 7-5. McBride, the player of the game, no surprise. Gerald Giudice, your final thoughts.
Great game for Lone Star to get to 5-5. A tough one for Houston as you dominated the whole first half, but did not come out of the locker room with the same intensity, and you fall with 4-6.
See that big cowboy hat looming in the distance. Lone Star wins this Texas tussle. The Glory move to 5-5. They keep their playoff dreams alive. It's a long road for Houston to hoe as they get out the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Thanks for joining us this evening from Denton, Texas. For Rochelle Colston and Greg Soto on stats, Cameron Irvine behind the scenes, Gerald Giudice alongside myself, Tim Hackett. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you next time. Until then, so long.